Hey guys, and welcome to another In My Mailbox. I'm Heidi from YA Bibliophile, and this is my I Just Walked in the Door edition. On Friday I went down to Naperville for the Dark Days of Winter tour, where I met up with a ton of other awesome bloggers. More about that later. And then I spent the weekend there with my friend Jennifer. She and her husband live down there, so I stayed with them. I literally just pulled in. It's Sunday. And I wanted to make this video right away so I could get it posted. This week was a really, I have a number of books, but I was actually really good. I didn't buy that many, so I'm proud of myself. The first book I bought, the first book I got is Alana, The First Adventure. It's by Tamora Pierce. This is one of my favorite book series. I love this author. I love all of her books, and I love Alana. This I got from Sniffly Kitty. It was a random act of kindness through the book Soulmates, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. All the bloggers and people I mentioned I will link to. So I love it. I don't know why I've never bought this series, because I've read it so many times and I love it so much, so thank you very much. I also got a number of books. I got rid of a number of books that I had. I traded them with people, and so a lot of the ones I traded came in. Ginger from G Reads sent me the Book of Luke, which actually, now that I got it and looked through it, I realized that I read this one already, and I really like it. So I'm excited to read it again, and I'm glad that I have it, so thank you, Ginger. Ashley sent me The Angel Experiment, the first in the Maximum Ride series. I own this book. I love this book. My students adore this book, and they've ruined my copy. Like, it's falling apart, so it's nice to have another copy. Lindsay from Book Sweets and Other Treats sent me The Candidate. And The Candidates, I just bought this for my middle school. I had a girl come in and tell me that it was like one of the best books she's ever read. So I'm really excited to get started on this one. Pretty cover. It's part of a series. So thank you, Lindsay. And then Kate from Literary Exploration sent me City of Bones. I do own this whole series, but I loaned this first one out, and whoever has it, I don't know who has it. So I did get a paperback copy, but it's nice to have the hardcover since the rest of my series isn't hardcover. So thank you very much. Love those books. Love that series. As I mentioned, I went to the Dark Days of Supernatural, the winter tour, and I've already shown you all the books that I got signed, but I did get a couple, Once in a Full Moon and Vampire Kisses bookmark, and then Christy from the Story Siren was there, and she gave us all Dark Days of Supernatural bookmarks, and then I got this one signed for everyone who was there. And on the back is the summer tour, which I hope to go to as well. And then I did get an Angel Fire bookmark and a sticker. Kimberly Durning had a bunch of Desires of the Dead stuff, but she sent me some for my students, so I didn't take any because I already had some, and I didn't want to be selfish. So though I got those, and then I only bought 2 books while I was there. I bought Warped. Christy recommended this one, and it's part of the, it's a debut, so I can use it for the debut author challenge. And I really like the sound of it. Pretty cover. I like the tapestry, how it fits in with the story. And then I also bought the short story collection Kiss Me Deadly. A lot of really great short stories, a lot of great authors in here. And Sarah Reese Brennan, it has the Spy Who Never Grew Up, which is like a Peter Pan spy story. And I'm excited to read that. I love her, so I'm glad that one's in here. I've read it before, but now I have the anthology. And then, like I said, I stayed with my friend, and we went just kind of bumming around shopping, and we went to the store Anthropology, which I absolutely love, but it's incredibly expensive, so I don't typically buy clothes there. But I did find a couple things that I couldn't live without. One is this little set of book plates, and inside of it, there's like 80 adhesive little book plates, and I'm always running out of those, so those are totally fun. And I thought it'd be fun when I send out books to people to cut one of these out and include it in there so they can put it on their book if they want. So I got actually a couple of those. And then I found this book called How to Behave and Why. It was written in the 1940s, I believe, 1946. It's geared at kids, but I just really loved what it says in there. And it talks about how there's 4 main things. It says you have to be honest, you have to be fair, you have to be strong, and you have to be wise. And that if you are all of these things, you can live a good life and have friends. And I actually think I'm going to read it to my middle schoolers. I just think it's a really neat story. And I'm always interested in the books on like character and how to behave. And this one, How to Live Like a Lady, on being ladylike and just a good person. I have a book. It's a young adult book. It's called Classy, I believe. Or How to Be Classy, Not Trashy, something like that. And I absolutely love that one. That one's hilarious. But I just thought this was fun. It reminded me of like Audrey Hepburn-esque, and it's got all kinds of little, here's some great small talk subjects. They're just kind of fun to read. It also had a lot of kind of vintage and really cool illustrations, and I just think these books on manners and style and character are just really fun. So that's a weird fact about me. I kind of collect those. So those are all the books that I bought. I did get a few books. Actually, I was really excited. I came home and had a random package from Penguin, and Penguin has never sent me anything, so it was really nice. They sent me the Relic Master, The Dark City. I know I've seen this on some other people's in my mailbox, and this is the first one, and then one's coming out pretty much every month this summer. And of course, Anna Reed would love that it has a whole fold-out map in there. If you haven't read that post, you should check that post out that she has about things that make a book awesome. I'm excited to read this one. Thank you very much to Penguin. Yeah, that was really cool to get a surprise. Scholastic, because I'm a librarian, they've always sent me some stuff. I got The Rights and Wrongs of Janice Wills, which looks good. And then another Dear America book, which I will get from my middle school because we love Dear America. And then this one's called it's just called Sidekicks. It's a graphic novel. So thank you, Scholastic. I recently did a blog interview with Marlena Marchetta on my blog talking about The Piper's Son, and I absolutely adored that book. I thought it was amazing, heartbreaking, but just totally intense, totally fabulous. I raved about it. And I had read an advanced reader's copy of a friend's, so they sent me my very own hardcover copy of The Piper's Son. So thank you very much, Heather, at Candlewick. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I love this book. You should definitely check this book out. And the final thing I got is something that I'm totally incredibly excited about. It's probably the most exciting book I've ever got, next to the Robin McKinley signed copy of Pegasus. And it kind of actually cracked me up. I got it from HarperCollins. I'm going to cover up my address. And they sent it media mail, which is fine. But I've never had a problem getting books media mail. Like people, I've had people, you can send anything media mail. Like you can wrap a book in a brown paper bag and send it media mail from whoever. I've gotten books from anybody. And nobody ever questions it. But I get them from HarperCollins publishers, so from my book publishing company, and the U.S. Mail decides to check it because they thought they wanted to verify its media mail contents. So I have this whole little letter about how they opened it up just to make sure that it was actually a book. And I was like, really? You're going to check to see if it's a book from HarperCollins publishers? But you're not going to check the random packages I get from some person? I don't know. I just thought that was really funny that they opened my package from the publisher, but thankfully it was not harmed. I was really concerned because it is a first edition of The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, which isn't that big of a deal, except that it is a signed first edition of The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, which kind of blew my mind because I absolutely adore Neil Gaiman. If you know anything about him, he is fabulous. He wrote Coraline as well in Stardust, and he was integral in the Sandman graphic novels. So I was totally thrilled. I actually won this. Maureen Johnson did a thing where you could donate money to Shelterbox to help with, just help send aid to Japan. And when you donated money, and you put it that you're donating it kind of in her name or whatever, you could let her know. And then she had a whole bunch of prizes that authors and publishers and people donated. And so I donated to that, and I was lucky enough to win this. I was freaking out when I heard that I won this because it's Neil Gaiman. Like, oh, my stars, Neil Gaiman. And nobody I know, in real life, really knows who Neil Gaiman is or gets how excited I am about him. So thankfully there are some wonderful people on Twitter who spazzed out with me. So this is my new prized possession. It's going to go in a special shelf next to my signed copy of Pegasus by Robin McKinley because that was also just as amazing. So thank you very much. I don't recall who donated this, but thank you to whoever donated it. Thank you to Maureen Johnson for organizing that. And wow, thanks to everybody who donated because we raised $14,000 to send aid, and that is just totally amazing. And that was in a day or two or something like that. I mean, it was pretty phenomenal. So way to go, YA Lit community. Yeah, I think that's everything that I got. It was a great week, and I'm looking forward to reading the new books that I haven't read yet. And I hope that you had a really fun book week as well. As I said, I will hopefully tomorrow or the next day will put up a post about the Dark Days tour stop. It was amazing. I still don't know if I was more excited to meet the authors or the bloggers because it was so much fun. So thanks for tuning in. It's kind of a long rambling video, but I hope you had a good week and that you get lots of fun bookish things this week as well. Bye.